So, napansin ko kahapon mayroong nagpunta sa wall namin at sinabi na parang ginamit ang Davao City Hall bilang parang patunay na hindi daw progresibo, hindi developed o hindi maayos yung pag-manage o pangangasiwa sa Davao. Sabi ng isang nagngangalang Ronald DLC, yung City Hall ganyan pa rin. So hindi ko alam kung may ang karamihan sa inyo ay naka-subscribe doon sa aming Facebook page na Luminous by Trixie Cruz Angeles and Ahmed Paglinawan, kung kaya't you would be aware of this issue. Now, bakit namin di-discuss ang Davao City Hall? Bahagi kasi po ito ng isang mas malaking problema. Hindi po problema ang Davao. Hindi rin problema ang Davao City Hall. Ngunit yung appreciation ng ilang mga tao, and surprisingly, yung tao na nagpakita na may kakulangan talaga tayo sa edukasyon ay isang tao na nagdi-defend sa administrasyon na ito. Ang batayan niya, sabi niya, parang lumalabas ang kanyang batayan ng developed na city o isang city na maayos ang pamamahala ay malaki at bago na City Hall. Sabi ni Viva La Vie, trust me, di taga Davao yun. Obvious naman po. Hindi po naman namin sinasabi na taga Davao yun. Ako ngang hindi taga Davao, na-appreciate ko ang Davao City Hall. But first, let's put it like this, ha. There is no attack. Well, ito, inaano nila, ha. Kumbaga, this person is just trying to disparage the Dutertes. Ginagamit na naman ito bilang isa pang paraan para makabirada sa mga Duterte, part of the political narrative ng kanilang mga kalaban o mga kalaban ni VP Inday. Andiyan na tayo. Hindi yan problema. The second thing that I noticed is yung ibang nagdi-defend sa Davao City Hall, sa Davao, ay nagsasabing, di baling ganyan ang City Hall namin, maayos naman ang serbisyo. Excuse me! Walang nagque-question na maayos ang serbisyo ng Davao City, pero hindi yung kung ganyan ang City Hall ninyo. It is one of the best examples, at least na nakikita ko ng pag-maintain, pag-preserve at pag-conserve sa isang heritage site. The Davao City did so many things right with their City Hall. And even if Davao, I hope that eventually, mismong mga residents and ano bang tawag sa the electorate, the denizens of Davao City will appreciate the City Hall. Kasi parang okay lang sa inyo, tinatawag na pangit, okay lang sa inyo na ginagawa siyang ehemplo ng masamang pagmamanage. Excuse me, the fact that it has remained in virtually the same state, yung loob lang po ang na-renovate, has made Davao City Hall a historical landmark. May marker nga siya. Hindi po lahat ng lumang gusali ay nalalagyan ng marker. So wag niyong nilalang lang. Wag niyong sasabihin na kung ganyan. Wag kayong mag-a-agree na pangit kasi sa totoo lang maganda. Okay? And ang sakit marinig from people who live in Davao, di baling ganyan yung City Hall namin, maganda naman yung serbisyo. Ano di baling ganyan? Hindi mo nakikita yung ganda? Hindi nyo nakikita that this is virtually on the outside the same Davao City Hall that was put up in 1926. Okay? Huwag nyong nilalang lang ang City Hall ninyo. We are so lucky, the nation is so lucky na hindi yan ginalaw. So lucky na imbis na gibain yan at gawa ng pangit na malaking building, nilagyan na yan ng annex sa likod. Please do not, under any circumstances whatsoever, agree with these trolls saying, tignan nyo nga ang City Hall nyo, ganyan lang. Ang swerte ng Davao because they still have their original City Hall. And it has remained a City Hall. Not only that, tignan niyo yung setting. Ayusin natin yung sa slide natin. Tignan niyo yung setting na yan. This was I think in the 1930s or 1940s kasi may bandstand sa labas. Wala na yung bandstand na yan, but that open space has remained an open space. Nan mo, this is a park. Ito yung 1937, wala pa yung bandstand. This is the marker. Yeah, balik tayo dun sa first, Ito, the top picture here shows Davao City Hall in the 1980s. So even its setting, yung mga gusali na nakapaligid sa kanya, none of them overwhelm or overpower the City Hall. Napansin niyo? Walang mas mataas na gusali. Bakit? Because that is a language. Ang mga buildings, they have a language of their own. A setting has a language of its own. And when there are no buildings around it to challenge the height of Davao City Hall, it says, the landscape says, this is the most important building here. This is the dignified Davao City Hall. So binibigyan natin ng importansya at pinapakita natin ang ating respeto for state authority. Davao has maintained its landscape here in its most important site. At hindi niya nilagyan ng kahit anong gusali na babastos doon sa City Hall. So, years ago, nung ginagawa yung SM, sa likod ng Manila City Hall, ang daming nagprotesta, including a lot of the volunteers of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. Bakit? Tingnan nyo naman, china-challenge ng building ng SM, yung Manila City Hall. China-challenge yung height. Buti na lang, hindi siya mas mataas kaysa dun sa tower. Okay. Hindi niya inaapektuhan yung magandang setting. It should be surrounded. Actually, ang mga katabi nga ng Manila City Hall, Bonifacio, parang monument, hindi siya it's not the Bonifacio Monument. And then, behind it, Arroceros Forest Park. Beside it is the illustre designed GSIS building. And then, biglang, wow, SM. Yeah? In fact, all the way down the road, pati yung lumang building ng MWSS, maganda. Also from the 1920s. Pero hindi na na-conserve or na-preserve ng Manila ang setting ng kanilang City Hall. But Davao has. Sila, nagtatanggal lang po ng walls. Okay. Pero immediately around the current Davao City Hall, yung harap niya, na-preserve niya yung setting niya because that defines the setting of the City Hall. Okay. Yun yung importante, yung park sa harap and the City Hall itself, yung annex niya sa likod, does not challenge the main building. Ito na, nakikita na natin. This is also the language of people pushing for change. And this is where the demolition begins. When people start saying, it's falling apart, it's ganito, it's ganyan, gawan nyo ng paraan. But tearing it down says that hindi nyo na pala pinahahalagahan yan. So, but the point being here is that this is a national historical landmark. Or at least, no, not a landmark. It is a marked site. Alam nyo, I have been in heritage conservation for way too long. Not to recognize the signs of impending demolition. Yung mga ganyang salita, pag dumami yung mga ganyang salita, giba na yung iisipin ng mga tao. Yung may problema yung building, may ganito, may ganyan, it's falling apart. You can maintain the building. Keep it as the mayor's office. Put up another building to include the other services. The point being here is that so few already appreciate it. Konti na lang talaga, ginagawa ngang, parang ebidensya na masama. Ginagawang ebidensya na hindi nag-develop ang Davao. Ginagawang ebidensya na mali yung pagpapreserve ng City Hall. This is the language that we expect from people who are already preparing or want to demolish the site. Sasabihin niyo, hindi, keep it as heritage. As heritage, ano yung use niya? It has to be used. Diba? Bakit hindi pwede ang heritage site bilang yung premier bakit hindi siya pwedeng City Hall? Bakit hindi pwedeng dagdagan ng ibang offices in the surrounding area? And why are we even talking restoration? You're already using it. It is intended to be used as a City Hall. I know you appreciate it. But the problem is, you don't. You think you do. You appreciate, ay maganda, old building, pero hindi pwede City Hall. But that already means you're preparing to abandon it or leave it or use it for something else. Meaning, ibabasura nyo na. Diba? This is how it begins eh. O sasabihin niyo, we have new needs, we have more needs, we have all of these needs. They can do it abroad. They can do it in other countries. I am arguing what's going to be possibly a future battle. But then, diba? Pero nalilihis tayo dun sa diskusyon. Ang diskusyon dito is that it is not evidence na napabayaan ng Davao. It is not evidence na lang yan. Okay? So, diba? The point that we're trying to make here, if you want to miss it, you can leave. Okay lang yan. The point we're trying to make here is that it has been kept. It has been given its old dignity. It remains. And it is used for its original intention. In the US, the same buildings, for instance, whatever is the City Hall, it remains the City Hall forever and ever and ever, yun na yun. Pero dito lang sa Pilipinas, nag-iisip tayo na, ay kasi lumalaki yung needs, ay kasi yung ganun. Of course, lumalaki yung needs. Of course, we have to take those needs into consideration. Pero bakit? Ang una niyong iisipin, either i-abandon nyo siya o iiwan nyo siya. Hindi po pwedeng, yan yung reception area. Di ba pwedeng anything else? Kumbaga, it just goes to show na hanggang ngayon, most people do not appreciate heritage. See, di ba? Ang bilis masyado ng decision na gano'n. Ay, malaki na yung needs, so dapat i-abandon na. Ay, malaki ang needs, so kailangan ganito na. It is too quick. It's too easy. We have made excuses. Di ba? Think about it. You think about it. And kami, as heritage conservators, as people who work in heritage, what we want to do is for you to see it, really see it, see why it is important for your grandchildren to see it, because continuity is stability. It is a language of its own also. So many people who say, I appreciate old things, the old buildings, I appreciate ganyan, I appreciate ganito. But we make too many excuses too quickly to abandon or to renovate, to, di ba? Too much. Yan. O yung mga ganyan. Inuuna nila maglingkod. Ito nga ma'am yung sinasabi natin, nobody is questioning the services here. In fact, kaya nga ganyan, kaya preserved because, one, good sense lang. It is just good sense to keep it. Number two, parang pinalalabas ninyo na pangit, inaamin ninyo na pangit kasi inuuna ang serbisyo. Hindi siya pangit, tama siya. Sabi ni Abel, kahit anong pasabihin nila, we the Baweños preserve it and we like it that way. May city ordinance po yan. Hindi yan pwede baguhin. We're very proud of our City Hall of Davao. There you go. That is the mindset. That is actually the most progressive mindset. Alam nyo kung bakit wala tayong magagandang sites except for Davao, of course, here. Alam nyo kung bakit we lost all our heritage? Because everybody was too quick to say, ay, luma na kasi yan eh. Ay, pangit kasi luma. And that's also, alam nyo, ang gumawa niyan sa atin, years and years and years of colonization. Ilang daang taon ng mga dayuhan, sinasabi sa atin na yung mga nilikha natin hindi maganda, poor quality, naniwala naman tayo. Sabi ni Alberto, that building is the legacy of the undivided province of Davao. I agree. It was placed there when the municipality was still Nueva Vergara and part of the undivided Davao province. Laki. So, nilagay yung municipal hall dyan. Tapos, 10 years later, in 1937, Quezon signed the charter creating Davao City. And that began to serve as the city hall. But the building itself was put up in 1926. Sabi ni Moonwolf, Davao City Hall is beautiful and functional. Hindi kami papayag na i-demolish o ibahin yan. And that is the correct way to approach it. Sabi ni Yabi, nakakaingit nga sa ibang bansa na sobrang pinipreserve mga heritage sites. Bakit naman natin pinupuntahan Taj Mahal, pyramids, Borobudur, pero pag sa atin, di bali na lang, sad. Totoo yan. Magwa 100 na yung Davao City Hall next year, 1920s, 100. Tama, di ba? 1926 yung City Hall. Although it did burn down, di ba? It burned down already, something like, when ba? In the 1940s, di ko maalala eh. But they rebuilt it almost exactly. Kasi kung titignan ninyo yung archival photographs at saka yung original, halos pareho. Wala masyadong pinagkaiba. Maraming salamat nga pala sa lahat ng mga TikTokers natin na sumusuporta sa Luminous. Maraming salamat lalong-lalo na kay Lemonhead at kay Pompoco. Maraming salamat po. Kay Ma'am Euphemia, kay Draymond, kay... ayun, sila daw yata muna. Meron ba akong na-miss? Kay Nel. Nel o Neil? Sorry, ha? Neil. Ano ba? Kay Limited Edition. Ayan, Netch. Daming nanonood sa TikTok ngayon. Okay, balik tayo. Bakit mahalaga yung heritage? Like I said, di ba, symbols have a language of their own. Symbols, well, there's symbolic language, tinatawag natin. But all language really is symbolic. So, same pillars pa rin, di ba? Nung World War II, medyo nasira siya, pero yung pillars hindi na iba. Which is why, kasi yun yung magpo-provide ng basis para dun sa height eh. So hindi talaga siya masyadong nagbago. They rebuilt it almost exactly. Yung Casa Grande, early 1800s po, so more than 200 years. Hi, Ma'am Joycelyn. Alam nyo ba, na one of the advances that we made sa heritage was when I was still with the NCCA, may heritage house napakaganda doon sa Iloilo City. Binili ng SM because they wanted the land to put in an additional, parang an annex of their mall. Malapit lang sa mall nila. Nung pinadala namin ng letter, I think I was the one pa who signed it. Nung pinadala namin ng letter, to the credit of SM, natuto na sila because inopose yung Santa Ana SM kasi giniba nila yung magandang building ng Santa Ana Racetrack, which was circa 1927. Tapos, ano po ba? Meron din, yun nga, yung sa City Hall. So, fortunately, natuto sila and the house that they bought in Iloilo City now has their kultura. Yung bahagi ng mall nila where they sell Filipiniana items. Okay. So, pero hindi ko nilalaban yung conservation, yung preservation niya now or anything kasi hindi naman siya in danger. Ang inaalmahan ko is that some people still don't know enough. At ito ang genius, actually, ng pamamahala ng Davao City for a long time by the Dutertes. Hindi binago ang City Hall. Hindi man lang na In fact, they expanded by putting in an annex dun sa likod without disturbing the fabric of the old City Hall. Alam niyo yung totoo niyan is, we notice this and this is, it's political, yes, these statements are going to be political. Pasensya na po dun sa matatamaan. Pero, the Marcoses had an appreciation of heritage, culture, arts, yes. Pero it was also very patronage, yung mga yung mga artists na gusto nila, they cultivated their own artists, etc. to help keep so that there would be more people singing praises to them. But that's a topic for another time. but they did bring us an appreciation of not just heritage, of culture, of arts, of the genius of the Filipino over the years. In fact, even an appreciation of the Philippine revolutionary years was largely expanded during the martial law years, during the Marcos senior years. The Marcos junior years, just cultural wasteland. Anyway, after 1986, we noticed that the Aquino administration was not very keen on the arts. They know museums, they know historical museums, pero the arts, they had barely, of course, nag-artista si Chris, but this was mostly pop culture. Pero yung the appreciation of the fine arts, the appreciation of heritage, wala masyado during the core years. And it seems that those who are politically affiliated share the same kind of propensity. Wow, Sir Jonathan, nakaka-insulto naman sa Davao City Hall. Kasi parang, wag naman po ganyan. Kasi parang pinapalabas ninyo na lesser yung gusali ng Davao City Hall. Hindi po siya lesser. Hindi po siya lesser than the palasyo na sinasabi. Sinasabi niyo, aanin niyo yung palasyo, nakatira magnanakaw, kwago na naising ko pa lumang munisipyo na nakatira, totoo may serbisyo. Parang kino-compensate mo, compensatory. Totoo naman ng serbisyo, di baling pangit at luma ang munisipyo. Sir, hindi siya pangit at ang kalumaan niya gives value to it. Yun nga yung kinaalmahan ko dito. Yun yung hindi kayo naiiba dun sa nag-iinsulto sa City Hall at sinasabing, ba't ganyan pa rin ang City Hall? Pareho yung iniisip na luma at walang kwenta siya. Di ba? Or binabaliwala nyo. But the fact is, isang achievement ng mga Duterte is that they have maintained their City Hall. It is a far more sophisticated mindset. '90s is old. Sabi ni Gavino, there are videos of Davao City streets and landmarks of old. 1990s. Sir, ang sakit nyo magsalita. 1990s, what, 20 years ago is old? For heritage, in many countries, heritage is 100 years old. Historical sites should be at least 100 years old and older. Tama, sabi ni Breck, mahilig din daw sa arts ang Aquino admin, puro statwa ni Ninoy. Uy, grabe. Sabi ni my own opinion, people are missing the point regarding the maintaining of heritage of the City Hall. What you should be, what you don't say, di baling ganyan ng City Hall namin. Anong di bali? It's a 1926 structure. Alam niyo kung bakit nasisira yung ibang mga lumang City Hall? Kasi egotistical at corrupt yung ibang mga mayor. Gusto nila ng bagong gusali kasi may pera sa semento. So para ma-justify na maggagawa sila ng bagong City Hall, gigibain nila yung luma. But Davao has superseded everybody else by recognizing the intrinsic value of the original 1926 building. Sabi ni Bright, Hanep, heritage na pala ako, di ko nabigyan ng notice. Hi, Sir Serimon. Grabe. parang yung mga anak ko, pinag-uusapan yata yung isang tita nila. I remember when they were kids, she's old na. Sabi ko, how old? I think 26. Hello? Iyon, sabi ni Viva Lavi, talagang luma yan, 1926 pero nag-survive ng lindol. Alam niyo kung bakit? Buhos yan. Hindi yan basta mga hollow blocks, ganyan, hindi. Buhos system yan. So mas marami siyang konkreto. Sabi ni Yabi, baka di nare-realize ng iba mas mahirap po mag-maintain ng heritage buildings. So to keep it in good working and safe condition says a lot about people keeping it nice. Yun. Yun, sabi ni Anthony, oo, parang kalsada lang yung mga city hall sa ibang mga bayan. Babakbakin para may pondo. 'di ba? Dahil may pera sa kung ano, may pera sa semento. So, tignan natin anong pinagmulan ng mga problema na ganito, yung lack of appreciation sa ano. Number one, yun nga, yung ilang centuries under colonial rule. Anong parating sinasabi ng mga Kastila sa atin? Hindi naman kayo magagaling, hindi kayo magaganda, mga Indio kayo. And Indio at hanggang ngayon, na imbibe natin yung mentality niyan. Hindi niya ba napapansin, sinasabi, uy, lumang simbahan, Spanish pa yan. Of course not. Spanish colonial period. And posibleng Kastila yung engineer. Pero ang nag-build ng mga lumang simbahan, Pilipino. Huwag yung sasabihin Spanish yan. Ay, meron kami lumang bahay, Spanish house. Spanish house, Philippine house yan. So, huwag yung kakalimutan. Ang mga ninuno natin were geniuses. They were crossing they nakakatawid nga sila. Yung iba sa kanila galing Madagascar, yung iba sa kanila galing Taiwan, galing Vietnam. Tumatawid sila ng malalawak na dagat, mga taong tubig talaga tayo eh. Hindi rin po Spanish design. Mali po kayo dyan. Do not even call it Spanish design because yung design yan was adapted to Philippine conditions. At kahit yung bahay na bato, ginagaya niya yung bahay na nipa. Unang-una, yung mga lumang bahay, nipa din yung bubong bago siya naging yero. At yung marami sa mga yero na yan, dinala panahon na ng mga kano. So hindi siya Spanish engineering posible pa. Pero alam niyo ba na yung mga lumang bahay, yung mga tinatawag nilang bahay na bato, bato lang yung baba, yung taas kahoy. At kadalasan yung original niyan ay nipa, yung bubong. Usually pitch-proof yan. Ibig sabihin, triangular para pag umuulan, bumabagsak yung tubig, hindi siya magsistay dun sa roof at hindi madaling mabubulok, madali rin matutuyo. Bukod pa dyan, yung mga haligi niyan, usually one solid tree trunk yan. Dahil it wasn't until the American colonial period na nakalbo yung mga virgin forests natin. We had kept most of our forests all throughout the Spanish colonial period. In fact, nung dumating ang mga Amerikano, 200,000 hectares pa ang virgin forest natin. Pero by the end of the American occupation, kumbaga 40 years lang, that was reduced to less than 100. Less than 100 hectares of virgin forest. Yan din ang naging or at least by the end of parity rights. Meron din po bahay na tisa. Hindi po lahat, ma'am. Iba-iba naman ang mga bahay. May bahay na tisa kasi yung lugar maaaring gumawa ka ng tile. Yung tile na yon will be made from clay kung yung lugar maraming clay. So, usually yung mga bahay na tisa or mga gawa rin sa brick ay primarily brick ay mayroong parang yung remains ng orno, yung oven kung saan binibake para magawa yung bricks at saka yung tiles. Sabi ni Ma'am Vilma, yes, renovated po Davao City Hall, malaki at maluwag na sa loob without destroying the original facade to preserve historical heritage. Usually, ma'am, ang facadism is the last resort. Pero understandable yan in this case. Is it true that egg whites were used to bind adobe? Yes, adobe, not coral stone. Usually, ang adobe, well, actually, duck eggs. Primarily duck eggs. Dun sa mga, we know that the original Manila Cathedral was made with, partially with duck eggs. I think most of the San Agustin Church and another one that we discovered in Cavite, but not all. It was made with a mixture of lime and organic substance. So yung iba, egg whites. Egg whites. Yung iba, even cow manure or carabao manure na hinahaluan ng konting straw, hinahaluan ng lime plaster. So iba-iba po ang formula, depende kung ano yung bato na ginagamit. Now, hindi po lahat ng mga bahay na bato o bahay na tisa ay gumagamit ng adobe. Ang adobe, kadalasan yan, sa Tagalog region po yan. So, Manila Cathedral, the walls of Intramuros, adobe po yan. Pero kung malapit sa dagat, yung simbahan o lumang gusali, malamang yan coral stone. Except yung Iloilo, church, yung Miagao, yellow sandstone po ang ginamit nila. Malaysian, okay, mamaya na yan. Pwede pa. Itong pinag-uusapan natin eh. The walls of Intramuros were built long before Spanish came to our land. The original fort was built by Raha Matanda, but it was not primarily stone. Okay? Yung fortification niya was built in 1600s na. Dito na yung mga Kastila. Late 1500s na. So, sila na po. But kasi nasunog yung fort ni Raha Matanda. Raha Matanda was the uncle of Raha Sulaiman. Pero, nirirespeto rin natin. Kunwari, meron tayong lumang gusali. Hindi naman, because ginagamit yan ng tao. Kaya nga, understandable sa Davao City Hall na renovated yung loob. Okay lang yan. Kasi, nagbabago din yung needs. Pero, maintain yung structure at saka yung harap. And, in general, pati naman yung mga tabi eh. So, the main structure has been retained. JR Felix, baka gusto mong i-rewind na lang. Sinagot na namin yan eh. Hi kay John, sabi niya he got sick after coming back to Davao after a few days in Manila. Anyway, I love our Davao City Hall. No need to replace if it's perfectly working. I'm not going to dictate to the uses of the pero what I want to draw attention to is for us not to be quick to abandon old sites. And sana to maintain because symbolic nga siya eh. Ito ang primary, premier building. Its setting was like that, kaya nga may part yan Sara para bigyan yan ng halaga. Para yung sing-sing na nilagyan mo ng setting na maganda, para mas makinang. Sila na po yung sa yung Giwan Church, National Cultural Treasure yan. Sabi ni Ma'am Nelly, Giwan Eastern Summer Church. I went to that. In fact, we were giving it grants, binigyan ng NCCA ng grant yan for documentation before siya na Yolanda. Sa Yolanda, tanggal yung bubong niya and nagiba yung ibang mga walls. But the old church before that, before they restored, like constructed, may mga gayak, may mga embedded na shells into the walls. In which were very old form, it's an early form of artwork. Sabi ni Arsenio, buti na lang wala pang DPWH noon, kundi po titipirin ng gamit, titipirin yung gamit para malaki yung graft. Gallo says, have you seen Bolhoon Church? I helped restore that. I was commissioner when we gave a grant to Bolhoon Church. 2 million lang nga yung pera namin noon, but we gave all of it to Bolhoon. The documentation, tapos yung pag-ayos kami po yung nagpa-ayos ng roof. Okay. Ano daw ang difference ng Raha sa Datu? Ang Datu, parang village. Kumbaga, parang barangay chief. Pero ang mga barangays noon pwedeng malalaki ha, kasi Intramuros was the was the like a barangay lang or more of it noon. Iba kasi ang itsura noon when the Spaniards arrived. Iba yung itsura ng Intramuros. Of course, wala yung walls na ganun, the walls were wood. Pero yung moat was dug by the Spaniards. The Rajanate extended all the way up to Pampanga ha. So when you say Raha Sulaiman, he ruled, pati mga kamag-anak niya were ruling in Pampanga. So ganung malaking malaki. So parang empire ba ang ang laki ng kanyang nirurule. Okay? Ay, ano natin, pakita natin yung lumang City Hall. Yan. May bandstand pa. Kakatuwa, ano? So, ang kailangan natin, taasan natin yung antas ng diskusyon pagdating sa heritage. Sana ay, mali. Yan. So, at wag naman natin sabihin na, uy, ano kung luma at mali at may serbisyo naman. Hindi po ganun. Be proud of your City Hall. Ang galing-galing. Yes, we have verified descendants of the Rahas. Gloria Macapagal Arroyo is a descendant of Raha Sulaiman. The genealogies of the royalty during the early colonial days have been recorded and are in the National Archives. Many of them, I don't know if all. Sabi ni Brutal, maganda yung Despox. I like how you're composed pero laban. It is worthy ba yung simbahan ng San Bartolome ng Malabon na baguhin kasi binabaha na ng sobrang baha ng flooring? Wala naman tayong choice kasi kailangan pa rin mag-serve siya as a church. Kung hindi siya talaga magagawa ng paraan, walang choice. Kailangan baguhin siya para mag-adapt. Look, ang Temple of Athena Nike sa Greece, that's centuries and centuries old. It's called yung Parthenon. That's centuries old. Like, 1,000 years old. So, ang daming history niyan. May time na overrun yan ng Moors. May time na ganyan. May time na Byzantine yung mga floors niyan and so on. Maraming layers of history. So, one house, one building has many, many layers of history. And conservators have to make decisions every time. Like, gigibain ba natin ito because this was built in the this portion was put in the in only 300 years ago, but it's on a floor that was laid over 900 years ago. So magdi-decide tayo, what do we keep, what do we change? But we must acknowledge that one building can have many layers of history, and we are the ones who will say which is the more important part, which has to be retained because it was also a significant period of history. So hindi lang po, you don't always restore to the oldest version of the building. Teka, double check ko. Oo, kasi yung dato ng Raha Sulaiman si GMA. But I don't know, I'm going to see her one of these days. Tatanungin ko which one, but I'm pretty sure it's Sulaiman. No, I disagree. Do you agree na gawin na lang Heritage City Hall as museum? Nakikita na yung yung kiling mo na lang, 'di ba? Grabe, galit na galit. Sabi, ano yung MML, ano yun? ML So, watching from Davnor. Hi po. Ano ang dominant religion noong Rahas? Pre-colonial na lang kasi sabihin, pre-Spanish colonial, pre-colonial. Kung wala pa kasing Muslim nun eh. So it was the local religion, the Philippine religion, kung ano yung kultura noon. Hi, Ma'am Beverly. Sabi niya, as a member of the Metropolitan Theater Chorus after Madam Imelda Marcos renovated, Ma'am restored actually, repaired and restored. Portions were renovated in 1979. Our shows showcased our music and songs, dances, fashion, kaugalian, all about us as Filipinos. Our shows were very well attended. I agree. I think I watched one of them. Wala na masyadong gumagawa ngayon, kaya di kilala ng mga bata ang kultura natin. Thank you, Ma'am Criselda. Wow. So yes, kulang yung mga ganyan. More, we need more. May NCCA na, pero parang kulang, ano? Ma'am, paganism is not exactly Philippine religion kasi pagans were what they call the pre-Christian religions, and in fact there's a very specific definition of paganism. Now the Celts were antedated, were the English indigenous, the religion of the Angles in ancient England. So although nowadays pagan refers to non-Christian, so it's not a religion. There's no name for that. Okay, ganito yun. The idea of a religion separate from everything else that you do. Like, okay, in the West, people have, work Monday to Friday, you have a rest day, and then you have Sunday, you have church on Sunday. Your religion is in boxes. Okay, when I'm praying, when I'm doing this, I go to a church, I go to a building, I practice my religion there, and then I go home. And then although you have your values, and then the way you act, the way you do things, etc., are ruled by your religion, uh, there seems to be boxes. Diba? This is the home, this is the school, this is the religion, this is the church, this is work. In the Philippines, prior to colonization, it was all together. Their art was when you ginagayakan ninyo yung mga gamit nyo. Yung paggawa ng pottery, paggawa ng mga damit, paggawa ng mga ceremonial items, ganyan. Ang rituals were part of every day. It's seamlessly inside your way of life. Hindi siya nakakahon. Hindi siya hiwalay. Kaya hindi siya talaga religion in the Western sense. It shows clear it is the feudalism system, oligarch, etc. So, there's no really one single, no way you can pinpoint to a single problem. But yes, medyo feudal tayo in that sense. Why did they build a church on top of a wall in Binuangan in Bulacan, Bulacan? Not sure if I've seen that church. Is it old or is it new? If it is old, most likely the church was a fort, was part of the fort. Yung church was built in after. Fortification siya. Marami tayong mga fortification churches. Churches that serve both as a refuge. Sometimes the bell tower would serve also as a watchtower kasi may mga piratical raids noon. Same in Zamboanga City, maintained ang pagka-historic ng City Hall doon. Yes. No limitang reproduction ng NCCA, no. Production ng CCP. That was directed by Eddie Romero. Yung miniseries or the other one? I'm not sure if there's another one.